What's up, guys? It's Russell again. Hope you're doing well. Thought I'd do a different video today. I was in my Facebook group just a couple of days ago, and one of my friends posted a guide for people to see. So if you're not in the Facebook group, this is it, how to make money from stock alert services. I'll put a link in the description below and come and say hello, join the group. There's a lot of people in here. I think there's 6,000 members talking about stock alert services. But what I wanted to talk about today is one of these guides. So let's just open up the guides. So you can see all these different resources we have in here: impulsive trading, taking losses, what traders can control, trading psychology, free ebooks, all this kind of stuff. So one of the guides that my friend posted was a really interesting one. It's basically an article about why trading like a female is actually definitely like really advantageous for many male traders. And the article talks about Warren Buffett invests like a girl. So this is an article from a Motley Fool book. I'll show you where it is. Here it is. So this is a book written by Tom Gardner and another co-author. So Tom's part of the Motley Fool, right, one of the founders. And it's Warren Buffett invests like a girl and why you should too. So if you haven't heard of this book and you're interested in trading psychology, you may want to go and check it out. It's well rated on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description for you to go and check this out too. So this book basically goes into all these sort of subconscious psychological reasons that a lot of traders could benefit from, and that females tend to have and males don't have as much of. So I was going to give you a quick summary today of some of the key points. It all started with academic researchers. They did studies and they looked at different brokerage accounts over the course of many years. So here we go, surveying 35,000 brokerage accounts over a 6-year period. Barbara and Odean found several distinct differences, both in the temperament and performance of trading, men versus women. So that's a cool study. So they basically looked in to see what the problems were, and I've highlighted some of the issues. And you can go into the Facebook group and check this article out if you haven't read it yet. Here we go. So here are 8 traits that female investors use that Warren Buffett does too, but a lot of men have issues with. So the first one is they trade less often than men do. So men are more prone to overtrading and causing problems with that. They don't have as much overconfidence. So men tend to be kind of overconfident and don't want to be wrong about something, whereas women tend to be more conservative about things and tend to not really have that ego that a lot of men do when it comes to trading. So they don't like risk as much, so obviously that helps them not lose as much money maybe, or make some silly mistakes. Being less optimistic and more realistic than their male counterparts. You can imagine that that's helps them take profits without being too optimistic, thinking something's going to the moon. So all these traits you can kind of see apply to investing, but also to stock trading as well. So they do more work, put in more time and effort researching possible investments, considering the different angles and details. I know the female traders in our groups are super hard working and really detail orientated compared to a lot of the guys, me included. So be more immune to peer pressure and tend to make decisions regardless of who's watching. That seems to come down to the ego thing again, and that's pretty interesting. Learning from mistakes is really important. And Warren Buffett, he said that it's great to learn from your mistakes, but it's much better to learn from other people's mistakes. So women tend to learn from their mistakes more. They have that open mindset, that learning thing. It's not like men don't, and plenty of men do, but it's just this study showed that the women were statistically more likely to have these traits compared to men. And then the final point here is less testosterone, making them less willing to take extreme risks, which in turn could lead to less extreme market cycles. So I thought it was pretty interesting. It's not rocket science. I think most of us could probably have guessed a lot of these, but it's cool to see a study which was done about 10 years ago, I think, or maybe even longer. This, showing that this is actually true. So there's other things come into it like temperament, but apparently temperament didn't seem to actually help that much, which was interesting. So being a bit more calm and less crazy. Controlling your emotions. Let's see what else we have here. Just look through this article. Takes investing seriously, blah blah blah. So the whole book is, Warren Buffett Invests Like a Girl. Just talks about this non-stop. So I'm not going to go through it all. I just thought it was quite interesting to have a look at. I don't think there's anything else in here that I wanted to point out. Let's just have a quick look. Boom, boom. Just looking down here. Investing Like a Girl. Yeah, so I think that's about it. It's really just these key points here. So worth thinking about if you're male. Make sure you're doing these things, and hopefully it'll reflect in your trading. So once again, if you want to know more about this, there's a whole book on it by Tom Gardner. I'll leave a link in the description below. Go and check it out. It's certainly going to be worth a read. My plan is to start going through it soon. So yeah. So that's all I really have to say about investing like a female instead of a male. Thought it was pretty interesting. I hope you did too. Alright guys, catch up with you later. Cheers.